We're in part 5. We're going to talk about this $180 million premium that we spoke about the last video. Let me show you what this actually looks like. A company, they are preparing to sell. When they started, their gross retention rate was 82%. Zero renewal operations, complete chaos, no ownership, no health scoring, no process. Renewals were just randomly happening or they didn't happen. So they spent 9 months. They built up a code red team and they started building everything inside out, just like what I mentioned. They had clear ownership, they had health scoring, they created the structured timeline. They had pipeline management, they created books, playbooks. They involved the execs on time and they had those retrospectives later. By the time they went to market, 90% retention. Improving also, year over year over year. 2 years of clean data showing the trend, documented systems any buyer could basically use as a playbook to run with. The buyer's diligence team they were blown away. Instead of discounting the retention risk, they paid a premium. They saw operational excellence. Their valuation was 1.5 times higher than the similar companies with weaker renewal operations. Imagine, on a $300 million exit, what does that happen? What happens at that point? That premium is worth close to $180 million. $180 million. Just simply from building strong foundational renewal operations. Let me break down what happens when you build this. 1, the retention, the gross retention rate improves meaningfully. Most companies, they improve 8 to 15 points within a year. There's half to 1 times ARR per point in valuation multiple. 2, your forecasting becomes reliable. Now, you are at a stage where you can predict the retention within 2 to 3 points. Your revenue forecast gets accurate. Your board, they gain confidence. And you start to be able to make those bigger bets. 3, well, the culture shifts. The customer success becomes a very strategic part of the organization. The whole company is thinking now lifetime value, not just initial sale. This shows up in product discussions, in go-to-market discussions, and also decisions around resource allocation. And the buyer starts seeing the strategic investments that we are making. Now let's talk ROI, because you need to justify this investment, don't you? Building that world-class renewal operations, it costs money, it takes time. You need headcount, you need technology, you need exact time, manage field level time. For a $50 million ARR company, maybe $500,000 to $1 million annually in soft costs. It sounds expensive, doesn't it? But if you improve the retention from 80 to 90%, you are creating $100 million plus of valuation, and just in enterprise value alone. You spend $2 million over 2 years, you create $150 million in value. There's 75 to 1 ROI. Then there are the operational benefits that you need to consider, which I haven't talked about in detail. When you have great renewal, you are really creating efficient growth because your CAC burden is lower. Customers are happier because you're expanding and they'll refer you more customers. The unit economics is very favorable to you. So here's what you should do on Monday morning. Get your retention data clean. That's the first thing. By cohort, by segment, by product. If you don't have this one, prioritize it and build one. 2, make retention improvement one of the top priorities in your company. Set the targets, track it monthly, track it judiciously, report like you report bookings. Part number 3, build the operations that the buyers want to see. Don't wait for diligence. Build it now. Show years of improvement when you eventually sell. Be exit ready. 4, model the valuation impact. Show your CEO and the board what retention improvement is worth. Make it tangible. So here are the 2 key takeaways. 1, building renewal operations, they deliver a huge ROI when you account for the valuation impact and the growth and efficiency impact. This is one of your highest leverage investments. 2, don't wait for diligence to build systems. Buyers pay premiums for years of documented improvement, not last-minute fixes. They don't appreciate those heroic efforts. They want stability in the management team to drive value forward. In the next episode, I'm showing you the ownership problem. Who actually owns renewals in your company? If you don't have a clear answer, you might be leaving millions on the table. So let's talk about that. Ownership. See you then. Take care. Bye-bye.